Hello everybody, you're tuning in for another episode of Top 3, and I'm going to talk to you today about what are the top 3 things that you can do to lose weight.
I gotta keep it real. I just gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it real.
Welcome to the channel everybody. This is an episode of Top 3 where I'm talking about weight loss, but I gotta put some disclaimers out there. First and foremost, I am not a nutritionist. I am not an exercise guru or anything like that. I'm just a person who started off at 263 and I am currently 208 pounds. So you do the math on that, but I've lost a lot of weight over the last year and a half. And I'm constantly getting asked by people because I mentioned it in a few reviews, like my fragrance review that I did, might link it at the end, some Facebook posts that I make on my personal page. Like I constantly talk about the weight loss, so I post some before and after pictures, and people ask like, yo, what did you do to lose all this weight? So I figured, let me do a video telling people what's the 3 easiest things, and when I say easy, they are not easy, but the 3 steps or most important steps towards losing weight. With that being said, let's start off with not the worst to best or least difficult to most difficult. I'm gonna go with 3 being the easiest thing to implement, with 1 being the most difficult thing to implement. And here's number 3. Number 3 has to be becoming active. If you are a person that lives a sedentary lifestyle, hope I'm saying that right, you have to get up and be active for at least 30 minutes a day. Here's why I say that. I call it the most easy thing to implement because, again, if you have that lifestyle where you're not doing too much, it's easy to just carve out some time and do something. And it doesn't have to be something that's well structured. Like myself now, where I'm at, on quarantine at home, I'm doing the calisthenics and I'm working out real hard. My wife, who is also on this weight loss journey with me, she's in the gym when she can get in and she's doing things. We're also at home and we're doing plyometric stuff. But it doesn't have to be that. Back before quarantine and maybe after this whole thing lifts, like you can do Zydeco line dancing and do that for an hour every night and you will lose weight. You can go in the backyard and get run over by your kids. One hour an evening, that'll make you lose weight. Anything that you do that'll get you up and active will help you to lose weight. So being active and getting moving is the most important thing. Now, of course, if you're really serious and you're really trying to drop a lot of weight, you want to do some weightlifting, you want to do some cardio. I'm not the best person to advise you on what to do, but I can tell you, having a plan and sticking to that plan so you can measure your success is like the first step and probably the easiest. Number 2. So number 2 is exponentially harder than number 3. Step 2 is eat less. That's hard, very hard. So let me go through my whole weight loss process when it comes to food. January of 2019, I was 257. So I'd already lost a little weight just by, just starting to be a little bit active, but not nearly what I needed to. I think I lost like 5 or 6 pounds. Me and my wife started the new year off with keto. Now, I'm not gonna knock keto. It works for some people. I didn't like it. My wife didn't like it. I tried to be strict and I stuck to it for like 3 or 4 weeks. And I did lose like 20 pounds, but my digestion was off. It wasn't good, man. I didn't like it. I didn't like the side effects of it. And also cholesterol, with my family history, like you don't want to be taking in a high amount of fat. And like, yeah, they call it healthy fat from like nuts and dairy. And with my family history, I don't want to be taking in extra fat or high fat anything. So we stopped doing that. And shout out to Ben Diesel. I'm gonna try to find a way to link his Instagram page. He was posting Transformation Tuesdays and he posted a link to a guy who runs a website called Sports Nutrition. I think my friend had won a contest And he was like, yeah, this Ben Diesel guy posted it, and I won a contest for like a free meal prepping plan or whatever. So he got it. My wife saw it. I saw it. He was like, yo, this seems like a good thing. So we got into it. I'm gonna link the website that we went to. It's the sports nutrition guy. Like, I'm sorry, my guy, I don't remember your name, but this guy monitored my wife and I for 2 weeks, I want to say. Gave us all our macros, told us how much meat to eat, how much rice or potatoes we could have. Like, just basically laid out a plan for us as far as meal prepping goes. And we started meal prepping. And that is really what changed our eating. When we started meal prepping, I was like 247. We've been meal prepping ever since, and I'm down to 208. At this point, we don't even meal prep anymore. Once you learn your macros and you learn the process of, okay, I have a food scale. Okay, I have measuring cups. I'm just gonna measure what I eat all the time. And that really what did it for us. We know very well when we step off of the menu and what's the side effects gonna be. But for the most part, we can just eat whatever we want, just less. And it sounds easy, but it's really hard. And it just became life for us, to the point where, again, we don't have to pack up food for the week now. We just know. So we cooking chicken? Okay, well, we gonna make 4 plates from this. We got lunch and dinner for the next 2 days. What we want to get fried chicken? Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna just take these strips, weigh them. Instead of eating 4 ounces because it's cooked in grease, I'll eat 3 ounces. Done. It's weird, but it's also very, very doable once you start doing it. Maybe I rambled there. Didn't mean to. Just wanted to give you all the details I could about eating right, because a lot is made of it and it is hard. But once you get it and it becomes a lifestyle for you, it's the most impactful. Moving on to number 1 in this top 3. The most difficult thing to do when it comes to weight loss is having patience. Oh man, listen, I'm gonna roll in some footage right now and just talk over it of me going through my calendar. When we got with the sports nutrition guy that I mentioned in point number 2, there were some things that people need to realize when dealing with him. He told us that we need to weigh ourselves every single day. Now, that seems obsessive, but it's very useful here. Patience is a virtue when it comes to trying to lose weight. I've been on this, weighing myself every day now for over a year. And when I go back to last summer when I was 225, and I thought, oh, if I could just get down to like 220, like I'll have the summer body that I want. It didn't go that way. And I had months where I didn't lose anything. And I had months where I gained, or I had weeks where, like, man, I ate wrong this day and I gained like 2 pounds. And now it's very slow. I'm chipping away at those 2 pounds that I ate because I ate a whole pizza, being greedy and big-eyed. It's like the overall message in all that and seeing all those numbers is that you can't give up on yourself because you have one bad day, or give up on yourself because, oh, it doesn't feel like it's working, or I'm not seeing the pounds come off fast enough. I've been eating right for a whole 2 weeks. I should be 20 pounds down. That's not true for everybody. It wasn't true for me. It wasn't true for my wife, and it may not be true for you. But that don't mean you should stop. Keep being active, keep eating right, keep persevering through the weight loss process, and eventually you will be where you want to be. But it might take a while. Patience is super important. My wife cannot, hopefully she doesn't get mad that I'm saying all this stuff about her personal weight loss journey. But we started doing all this stuff together, and I lost tons of weight in the beginning, and she did not. And it was very difficult for her to see me lose I lost like 5-6 pounds a week at one point. And she would lose like 2, 1, none. And like we eating the same food, even though we don't want it. You know, at some point you gotta really be disciplined and eat what you don't want. And we were doing all that, and I was seeing results and she was not. But she persevered. And one of the key things about perseverance is trial and error. This is like an honorable mention right here. This is one of those honorable mentions, a little extra tidbit. In your perseverance, you have to figure out what works for you. And I don't know what it is about body types. You know, I'm not a nutritionist. We don't know all the things, but we do know some of the things that work for her don't work for me. A lot of the things that work for me do not work for her. The key is persevere, get through it, and do some trial and error in there and try to figure out what's going to work for you in your body type, in your family history, in your range of motion when it comes to the activity and what you want to do. All that stuff is really, really important to trial and error with. So that's all I have for the top 3 things you should do to lose weight. I hope that this video is like informative for people. Again, I'm not a guru. I'm not like a calisthenics king or anything like that. I'm not a champion of any type of fitness program or a certain type of diet. I just know those were the 3 things that I did overall when you look at it in the grand scheme. Those 3 things are the things that helped me go from 263 in one picture to 208 in the most recent picture. So I wish you luck if you're trying to lose weight. Leave a comment below. If you want to know more, maybe we can interact. If you're on Facebook, please, shoot me a message. I'm willing to talk more. I don't want to just ramble on too long. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, please share this post. And enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and come back next week for another episode of Top 3.